Psalm 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Call Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well. Shalom to those like men that scattered abroad, pushing his truth with all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And also shalom to you very feast and sisters that's taking heed and getting in order in these last days. And our brother Amawan coming to the video, Lord was edifying, right? And the beloved brother, the hopefully like 3, had posted a quick clip of the YNs versus the military. So Jake took the stand on it, which is, from Chicago, and he was, both sides of the field, you should say. He was in the military as well, speaking on it. And even he knows that, these YNs that think they tough, but you cannot outbeat Esau when it comes to his sword, right? That, like, according to the scriptures, the Bible, that is his blessing. So-called white man, that is his blessing, is the sword, the gun, the knives. He has the resources to keep battling. Right? You Jakes, you run out of ammo that you have on you, and that's it. This man has resources of it. So I'm gonna play this clip and grab some really just that Ezekiel 21, really. And that'll really be that if the spirit leads to anything else.
As someone who was born and raised in Chicago and also served in the military, I feel like I'm highly qualified to speak on this topic. But I'm also highly disappointed that this is even a conversation. And like I said, I'm from Chicago, so I know the culture. I know what goes on there. By the time I was 13, 14 years old, I had friends that was playing with firearms and getting busy in the streets. But even with that being said, if some street dudes, or some YNs as y'all call them, decided they wanted to wage a war on the U.S. military, it wouldn't even be a real war because it would be over within 48 to 72 hours. I want y'all to Google.
Hey, man, like we be saying lately, man, BTA, belt the ass, right? That's what Esau really would do to these Jakes, man. It's plenty of movies that Esau don't have to go inside your neighborhood just to get you. They can send in robots. They can send in robot dogs, drones. Hell, if they want to get real nasty, they'll airstrike the motherfucker, man. But hey, he's making sure that Trump knows what city to go into to make shit pop off, man. And like I said again, hey, subscribe to the brother channel, man. Right, there's a lot of edification that the brother bring out. Excuse me, with these clips. Let me go back some.
Decided they wanted to wage a war on the U.S. military. It wouldn't even be a real war because it would be over within 48 to 72 hours. I want y'all to Google.
Another thing I want to mention, right, and we know that he's trying to come down with that great wrath, right? And with him coming to a city like Chicago, right, it's pretty much pushing the issue, Excuse me. End of the day, we see the bigger picture, right? He has to get to that NWO, right? I mean, he had to collapse this society, right? Shut down this old system and open up that new one. So what? He got to get that order out of chaos, right? You seen the police, right? Some of the police are backing down from their position because of the thing that's going down, right? They're not trying to go against, these ICE agents. It's good. It's great division, right? All of this chaos is what Esau really wants, man, right? And in the mix of it, he definitely want to put a lot of you Jakes to death. Scripture talk about how that sword is being furbished, right? That shit is getting shiny. They're not just getting this sword ready for no reason. No, they're gonna use it on you Jakes, man. All these inventions of these guns, these artillery that the Esau have put away. He's using it for a specific time, man. Right?
What's a W80 or a W88? Then Google a B83 and a B41. These type of things can knock out entire cities or anything within a 50-mile radius, even more than 50 miles. But things like that in this situation, it wouldn't even be needed. That would be completely unnecessary. They could use a GBU 43B and these things wipe.
Even though he said it's unnecessary, hey, expect the unexpected, man. Because one thing about it, the scriptures talk about in the book of Jeremiah, 30 verse 7, right? Which I always want to grab right quick. It's going to be like a time like never before, man. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. You know, so we don't know. Excuse me, it's like you said, it's not necessary, but hey, you still got a point to prove, man. Right, to me like a time like never before. We never seen anything like this, right? My opinion, I know he'll do it. He is the sword, man. Then at that, it's really from Yahweh Shem Yahushua that's sending the shots through him.
Can wipe out neighborhoods, but that also wouldn't even be needed. That would be completely unnecessary because it would be too many casualties of war. All they would need to do, if it was a real issue, is send in about 200, 300 special ops members. I'm talking SEAL team, Army Rangers, TACPs, Marine Raiders.
Hey, that's just like from that movie, The First Purge. They couldn't get the how can you say, the purge thing going at first, so they brought in some people that actually help that shit get started, man. Some real special ops.
I have no idea what these type of operations will do to people. And let me tell y'all something, man. Someone that's in a neighborhood that, that's known to get busy, cause trouble or whatever, you cannot compare this unorganized person to an organized, strategic, financially backed militia. You just can't do that. That's a completely unfair battle. That's like putting the championship team OKC Thunder against a 6th grade basketball team. Like it's really levels to this. And for anybody that's think this even a conversation or think this is a possibility, you need to go get checked into your local mental facility right now.
Hey, Con, man, and Jake just telling honest truth, and that's just being real. You would think you're finna go against Esau Edom and his blessing? No, you're not gonna stand a chance. And it's gonna take to Esau to fight on these folks first for the folks to really understand, man. Like, you cannot beat us, right? I think it's in verse 5. Cause these niggas gonna turn to straight bitches when this shit really hit the fan, right? Jeremiah 30:6. Matter of fact, 5. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Right? Because when we start really, put them troops on the ground, and it's no more rubber bullets. These are live rounds. They gonna be in straight fear, man. They not gonna be able to do nothing once the ammo go out, man. It says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore I do see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all face are turned into paleness. Right? Let's read this at the NLT. Now let me ask you a question. Do men give birth to babies? Then why do they stand there ashen face, hands pressed against their sides like a woman in labor? See? Because in that time, these women, hey, these 2/3 niggas, they act like women, goddamn. But in that time, they're gonna turn into women, right? Mindset, they're gonna bitch up, right? All right, so from there, let me that Ezekiel 21, and I'm gonna close out. I think it's at like verse 9. Yep. All right, verse 8. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, and it's like countless. Hey, that's just the Lord letting you know that. Hey, again, I'm telling you again, because it's gonna happen. And look, here we got to see it live and direct, right? And it's not just Chicago. You're about to be inside a city near you, right? It says, again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and is furbished, right? So you sharpening something, you getting it ready. That's like, you furbish the house. You cleaning it up, you're decorating it out, you're decking it out so it can be ready. You're ready for somebody to move in or, guests to come over or whatever the case may be, but you're getting it ready to be in use, right? Like I was saying, when it comes to like these video games. My one of my favorite Call of Duty. You had the ray gun, the thunder gun. Got all these types of guns. That shit making all kind of noises. I mean, you don't think Esau got shit like that, man? To sweep a whole street, sweep a whole neighborhood. Right, that stuff's getting furbished, man. These folks got jetpacks out this bitch, man. So ain't no telling what kind of artillery he really just holding just to be released. In that time of Jacob's trouble. Right. So just to answer that question, the military versus YNs. Well, it ain't the question, but to answer who will win, the military will put belt to ass on these folks, man. Why? Because the Lord is ordaining it, right? And also, when you go to the book of Zechariah, which I'll come back to this, I'll open up my other sword. 2/3 get put to death. 2/3 gotta get up out of here. And it's gonna be a great way to get them up out of here. Zechariah 13 verse 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Right, and 2/3 gonna get taken out through what? Gun violence and famine. That's gonna be a big majority, right? And also the Lord gonna have some, be preserved for those nukes. But the Lord gonna make sure a lot of folks, and honestly, the ones that get dealt with, with gunfire, that's quick death. Going out by famine, shit, I ain't no telling what a nuke gonna feel like. But that's that hardcore judgment right there. All of them is hardcore judgment, but man, dying from the inside out and dying from a missile that's next level. But yeah, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, right? And 2/3 a lot is that sword is being sharpened for a lot to get X'd out, in this day of judgment. Slacking. So I'm gonna keep reading on this. Ezekiel 21:10, it is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. It says, should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. Right? All right, I'm going to go to the next verse, right? So it's the point, right? It says, it shall be sharpened to make a sore slaughter, right? And it's going to be a great slaughter, man. Right? You're going to have these folks, jog your memory back to 2020. You really getting checkpoints. If you wasn't an essential worker, you was getting taken off that car. You wasn't able to notify your family. Then we in a time of what? They shall be like madmen sparing none. You're not trying to follow the what they're telling you. They're just gonna boom, X you out the kill you just like that. Right? It says, shall we then make mirth? Right? Because it ain't the time to be smiling. Yeah, it ain't the time. It's dead serious out here, right? And we coming to a time where that can be the last thing you do if you're not of the elect. Because even the book of Proverbs, it tell you how, we should laugh at your calamity, we should mock when your fear cometh. Those will be the only guys that's laughing. Right? It says, and he have given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. Right? Hey, for the vision yet from the appointed time. Right? It says, this sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Who's that slayer, man? Esau Edom. He's ready to come down with great wrath. Why? Because he have but a short time. Right? So what you think he finna do? If you know that your kingdom is over with, and you got to give it up, or it's finna be taken from you, you're not finna go without a fight. So you finna go ahead and just start Xing shit out. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down to you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So why, hey, he know the time of the clock, ticking down for him. So that he gonna come down with great wrath, draconian laws, a lot of death. Because he know that, hey, he's limited, right? The book of Job speak about that. He got a bound that he can't pass, right? So like, I'm trying to get this shit off my damn screen, right? I'm gonna end it off right there. Right, Lord willing, the point was made. Just wanted to grab this quick video, that Jake, was speaking on. Right, so I'm gonna give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by Hashem Krakadash, and Lord was edifying. Shalom.